What is up, gamers? The Red Dragon here, and we are only a few short days away from Battlefield 4 E3 reveal. They're going to be playing multiplayer, 64-player matches. We're going to get all sorts of details in just a few short days. But to hold you over, there have been some new developments tonight. Some alpha screenshots have been released from the Xbox 360 multiplayer. So what we've done is me and Houdini, and I want to send a big shout out and thank you to Houdini, because he went through it here with me, and we've went through the screenshots, tried to pinpoint all the new things that we have found. And so now I'm going to give those things to you that we have found in the images. Now, of course, I'm not showing you the images because it wasn't supposed to be leaked in the first place, so I can't show them. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get anybody else in trouble, but I've seen them, we've got them, so I want to give to you what we have found. So the first thing that is obvious is the menu system looks so much cleaner and nicer in Battlefield 4 compared to Battlefield 3. Battlefield 3, I didn't like the menu system. It was a mess. Things were all over the place. This one looks so much nicer and neater. A lot more information on screen as well, with a heavy implementation of Origin, it looks like. Also, there is a back button that looks like it brings up social features exactly like Medal of Honor. If you played Medal of Honor, you might remember how the back button would bring up that whole social networking system. Now, Medal of Honor's menu system was a wreck, and I hated it. So don't confuse Medal of Honor's whole menu system with Battlefield 4, because it's totally separate. I'm just saying that the social feature implemented in Medal of Honor looks like it's the same in Battlefield 4. So there was one screenshot that did show a bronze battle pack. We talked about battle packs a few weeks ago. It's a new system that they've implemented where you can get rewards based on how well you do. So you can trade them in, and it's kind of like, you know, you're not really sure what you're going to get. So here's the description that read from this bronze battle pack. It says the bronze battle pack contains 3 items, including a minimum of 2 standard items and 1 bonus item with a small likelihood of rewarding an advanced item. So it's kind of just a, you know, a gamble as to what you're going to get. So it looks like squads have 5 players in them on the Xbox 360. Now keep in mind that we're talking about the 360 here, so if we're talking about next gen or PC, it is possible that they could have higher squad numbers, but it looks like, the current gen is going to be the low man on the totem pole, so anything that happens here, it can only get bigger, you know what I'm saying? So Xbox 360, it does look like squads have been bumped up to 5 players. There was also something else with squads that looked interesting. It said that you could press the Y button and what did it say? It said team setup is what it was. So not really sure what that does, but if I had to guess, I would say that now you can go in and probably select a squad leader or vote on it or something like that, or maybe even commander, who knows? So that button, not really sure what it does, but there is a button that's called team squad. Another thing that I really liked is whenever you get ready to deploy, like if you hover over the base, there are actually icons that show you the vehicles at the base. So if you're about to spawn at the deployment, there will be icons telling you, hey, there's a helicopter here, there's 3 tanks, there's a Jeep, whatever. A lot more information. That's the one thing that I can say that I have seen a drastic increase of is organization and information on the Battlefield 4 screenshots. There's some new weapons. The Assault class had a CZ805. The Engineer class had a CZ3A1, which is also called a Scorpion Evo from what I understand. The Support class had a U100 MK5, and the Recon class had a Scout Elite, which also on the Recon class we noticed that there was a variable 14 times scope that you could have. So it was a variable scope, so you can go in between that and 14 times. Also, there was a new specialization called Offensive. Not really sure what that does, but it's there. There was also a marker that maybe looks like you could have more grenades than just your regular grenade. So it's possible that you could have different types of grenades and unlocks in the grenade category. It hasn't been confirmed. We didn't see which ones you could unlock, but it did have a marker that indicated that it could possibly have more unlocks with it. Also, the screen whenever you are deploying and picking your soldier and your weapon, this is one thing that I thought was probably one of the better things as far as the menu goes. Now it gives you a graphical representation of your weapon and what it can do. So it lists out the damage, the accuracy, mobility, range, handling, fire modes, fire rate, and magazine size. All that information on the screen for you, which makes it so much easier going through there when you have a ton of weapons, being able to compare visually the differences in each of the weapons. So again, a lot of information on the screen. Now, the maps that they were showing off, again, it's been reported that the game is going to take place, partly at least, in Shanghai. So you can definitely pick out some of the landmarkers in the map. On one of them, you could pick out the Oriental Pearl Tower, which is found in Shanghai. Also, on the HUD, there was a D-pad symbol, so it told you, if you press up, this is what you're going to select. If you press down or left or right. So again, more information telling you what you have available to you as your soldier, depending on what perk or kit that you picked. And also, I do want to mention real quick that there was only 4 classes listed. So there have been reports that there's more classes, but the screenshots that we saw, or at least that I couldn't find any more than 4. So it looks like it's still the same 4 classes available. One big new item is Camaros is coming to consoles. So there is one screenshot that shows up a radial dial. So for those of you who don't have a mic, who don't talk, but you still want to communicate with your team, you can pick up and push a button that brings up the radial dial where you can say, hey, I need help, or I need ammo, or come, join me, blah, blah, blah. So good news for that. Console is finally getting that feature, which has been a feature that we've been asking for a very long time on console. So that is one really good bit of news. And because you're looking at screenshots, it's hard to tell what is actually happening in screen. But in one item, there's going to be a lot more water warfare. It looked like you could possibly swim faster, like there was a sprint on the swim. That would obviously make a little bit more sense, so you're not just sitting there doggy paddling and you're a straight up target for everybody else who's looking. It also looked like whenever somebody was throwing a grenade, that there was kind of like a trail that shows you where the grenade came from. So that might make it a little bit easier to tell where grenades are coming from. So not really sure, but it did look like there was a trail, a little bitty tiny bit of smoke that comes off the grenade. And then the other thing, like whenever I first saw the screenshots, I actually thought that this was campaign that we were looking at, because I scrolled down and I saw one where you got into an elevator and they said that you could go up 40 floors. But then there's a base there, and it obviously says that this is Conquest. So this is a multiplayer map where you can go into a building and go into a skyscraper, ride the elevator up, and there's a base, and then you can jump off the building. I mean, it's going to be freaking awesome, okay? The other one big thing that I do want to mention is there is a new vehicle. It's called the Cougar H. This thing looks like a beast. If you haven't ever heard about it, you can go check it out on Wikipedia. It's a real vehicle, of course. Yeah. So anyway, the thing that it says about this is that it says it's a very heavy armored vehicle that is designed to be resistant to anti-vehicle mines and improvised munitions. So for all you engineers who like to throw out landmines everywhere all over the base, looks like we may have a new tool in our arsenal, or a new toy to play with, maybe get past that. So this is going to be exciting stuff, going to be a great E3 with the new new gen consoles coming out, with Battlefield 4 being released. Going to be an awesome week. Be sure you stay tuned to VGN, videogamesandnews.com. Links are in the description box to VGN. I've got all this listed out. And as far as I know, we were one of the first news sites in order to get this information up there. Now, of course, this was posted on Reddit and everything else, so I'm not claiming to break the story. But as far as news organizations go, I haven't seen this on any other site besides VGN, so that's why you need to stay tuned for that. And also be sure you subscribe to my channel for the latest news and information concerning news and tech, Battlefield 4, everything. That does it for me, The Red Dragon. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Oh, wait. Post below. Tell me what your favorite thing was about Battlefield 4. I want to know what the favorite thing was that I posted it up or that we picked out, And if you go check out the images, if they're still up, then, if we missed anything at all, be sure you post up anything that you find, and I'll be sure to add it to the list as we go through and find all this information together. So that does it for me, The Red Dragon. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.